What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode with AB Investments. AB woke up about an hour and a half ago. Had a crazy pre-market, understandably so, because we're going through those special times right now. So I gotta see if things are owning up to be what they are. And I remember in the pre-market, I've actually tweeted that the percentage that we were up about 10% when the market first ripped open. And I've said that I don't like the volume, but I still like the idea that we're trending. So I was trying to rally the efforts to get AMC trending in the pre-market. And I humbly thank everybody that liked and retweeted that tweet. It wasn't that many, but it's very great. More importantly, as long as it gets one extra person out there, doesn't matter how many shares or whatnot, just as long as it reaches any other people and makes a compelling case to people, hey, that's better for us as a community, as a family, and we're always welcoming more and more and more people to the family, because the family, there's never a cap size to a family. The more, the merrier. With that being said, while I was up, obviously, I do my daily trades, did my day trades, and didn't do too much good. For the way that I like the past few weeks, as I've always told you, family, what did I say? The volatility is your best friend, whether to the upside or to the downside. Now, in the pre-market, you're watching AMC, you're up and all that stuff. You might as well dip your toes in something. I'm not giving financial advice, but that's how it all started for me years ago. As if you're up and if you're doing something, always look to try to capitalize on how you can always get the most out of your time and efforts. Because you're here anyways, you might as well, right? So I traded, it was JZHX. Barely got, I got lucky with that one. I got in right underneath 29 cents. It was 9.28 cents and 98 cents. And it had a nice little bounce up and it kept consolidating for about an hour and a half for the first pre-market. And then after that, it started trending down. When I saw that it wasn't making new highs on its rip ups, and it was making obviously lower lows on that next bounce, I got away with profits. Actually, I can't believe it, but it was a good entry. And that's the life of a trader, guys. Nothing is an easy go through CPAS. I could have actually even lost, but on top of that, I do have my stop loss limits and all that stuff. So all that stuff comes with being a day trader. Now, second thing that I was in, it was Cal, and that one was a tricky one because you had to get into it somehow right before, before it took that first leg up at 4. So by 4:01, it was already too late. I would managed to get in, to get a few shares, and then as it was legging up, it was obvious that it's gonna have a cool off trend, and then after that, I just sold those, and that was good enough. Now, where my real break was today was actually with the SPY. If you see, family, and then soon I'm gonna do some lives like we did before. I don't know if you remember, about almost a year ago, we used to do live live looking at the prices and looking at the charts and possible entry points and exit points and all that stuff. So the SPY showed, if you were in it today, right before around 11 o'clock, there was a moment where it was consolidating between 410, 409, 410, 49. And that's pretty kind of unusual. So for people, you always want to know where, if you're a day trader, you want to know which direction. Normally the SPY, as I trade, that's my bread and butter all day long. And I always tell people, I don't know how most people are not actually on the SPY, because it's just the best thing, and it could be your worst thing if you don't notice the patterns and see how the SPY operates all the time. So either way, about an hour and a half into it, and still the algos are not pretty clear to what direction it's going to move. It keeps consolidating between the 409 and 410. And once it broke down that wedge underneath that 409 range and it hit the 408, You could go look in the options chain. This is how simple it was, actually. You look on the options chain and see that obviously the 410 and the 49 puts, especially the 410, were crazy high. Like obviously over 100. Like when I saw it at that time, obviously changes throughout the day. It was like about 125,000 or contracts in the puts. So clearly broke under 408 on a quick trend down. Normally there's a leg up because it's being oversold. People, whether the market maker, most likely the market maker, made his money on the way down and was getting ready to load up to obviously make his money on the way up. And we did go up from that point. Now, I went to sleep actually literally at 2 o'clock. So this is crazy. I stayed up for all from last night, pre-market into the, until like all the way until 2 o'clock until I finalized my trades. So I got in with some options. And it was a really nice payout. I had about 110% run up. And again, this is not like saying it like, oh, come on, guys. Look, AB's saying I'm actually trying to excite people to, if you don't have something to aim for, then you're never going to be as motivated to try to take a leap. Everything is a chance in this life. If you don't take it, you're not living. You're always going to stay behind. One thing for sure is you're going to be in this place. So you can either stay in that place or you can go for a better place and start a new adventure. So if you have been, congrats to you and congrats to everybody that made money. Bed Bath & Beyond, where are you fundamentalists at, right? It's on the verge of bankruptcy. And they still want to talk about, fundamentals for AMC in order for us to not get bankrupt and not squeeze. Anyways, I'll see you guys tomorrow. If you have any questions, put them in the comments section. Thanks so much for your support, family. Much love, AV Investments.